Hey guys, what's up? I'm Crafty Sheep here with another horror game. This is a visual novel, so there's going to be a lot of reading, but that's okay. Hopefully, it seems too happy and cheery to be a horror game, but we'll see. It said it may disturb certain audiences, so we'll just have to wait and see. But before we get into it, I want to thank everybody who has recently subscribed. We are only, at the time of recording, 5 subs away from 100 subs. I know we can do it. If you guys like my videos and you haven't subbed yet, please do so we can make our goal. I have a special game I'm going to play when we get to 100 subs. So, without further ado, we're just going to get straight into it. This is called My Darling. What is your name? Crafty Sheep. Oh. It won't let me do a space, so sheepy. Welcome home. This is my boyfriend, Takua. We've been together for 5 years and we couldn't be more in love. Every day when I come home from work, he greets me with a radiant smile and rushes to prepare dinner. Everything about him puts me at ease. His presence, his sweet words, all of it. I couldn't live without him. Good evening, my darling. I see you're wearing the apron I got you. You noticed. Yes, I like it a lot. Good. You can lean in close and whisper in his ear. Looks great on you. Don't tease me like that. He's absolutely adorable. Sorry I couldn't help it. Anyway, let me take your things. He takes my bag and my jacket. Dinner will be ready soon, so just put your feet up in the living room for a bit, okay? Sounds wonderful. Just let me grab my phone real quick. I dig through my pockets, but I can't find it. Takuya studies me with a strange expression. I have no idea where I could have left it. Crap, I wanted to read the news. Don't worry about it. I actually went out and bought you today's paper. He pops in the living room and returns the newspaper in hand. Here. Wow, thank you. You really think of everything, Takura. Takura. I'm going to call him Takura. You're welcome. I've noticed that you started reading the news whenever you get home these days. I try to pay attention to that stuff. So from now on, every day, I'll make sure you get the newest issue. All these screens nowadays, they're poison to human relationships. The stress, the addiction, the isolation, those things can ruin a couple, you know? Yeah, I know. You've told me 1,000 times, love. It's why you got rid of the TV and our computers, too. Oh, that's a little excessive. Not trying to nag you, it just seems like you'd maybe forgotten. We don't need those gadgets in our lives. Besides, the only person I really care about is you, Sheepy. I don't need to worry about anyone else. You always butter me up when you're trying to change the subject. ... You're lucky you're so charming, Taku. I said don't tease me. He pouts and that cute boyish expression completely melts my heart. Fine, I'll behave. I'll go wait for you in the living room, okay? Do you need anything to drink? A lemonade would be lovely, thanks. I sit on the chair and start reading the newspaper. Cutting down on the tech had been Takura's idea, and while it had been hard at first, I'd grown used to it. I can't even remember the last time I used a computer. I just got so used to not having one around that I don't even miss it anymore. Then again, I forget a lot of things. It's probably because of my amnesia. Because your amnesia? You have amnesia? When Taka first told me, I was shocked. Something about hearing my boyfriend's voice telling me that all my memories were gone. It felt as the whole world was falling to pieces around me. Someone who can't remember the past can never understand themselves or even the people around them. Like Takura. I don't remember how we met or where we went on our first date. The years we've spent as a couple might well not exist from my perspective. To me, our history is just one big black mark, blotting out all the details that make up our love. It saddens me to think how Takura must feel knowing all those precious memories were washed away. Sometimes I'm so stressed that I just burst into tears for no apparent reason. Whenever that happens, Takura takes me into his arms and strokes my hair gently. He tells me that he loves me, even with my condition. He says he'll never abandon me or let me go. Sometimes he says it over and over, as if trying to carve those words into my failing memory. His sheer dedication sometimes leaves me speechless. I can't believe how lucky I am to have him. Still, there's this nagging feeling deep down, a certain je ne sais quoi that passes through my heart whenever I see his face. I can't tell him about it, though. He'd be heartbroken. Here you go. Takura enters the living room holding a glass of lemonade. He sets it gently down on the coffee table. I found some straws, so I put one in for you. It looks cute, right? It's even your favorite color. Takura, a tug on his apron, pulling him down to kiss him. Thank you so much for staying with me. Sheepy, I can feel myself tearing up, so I bury my face into his chest. I don't want him to see me crying. He embraces me and we stay like that for a moment. I'm sorry I'm always like this. Don't say that. Honestly, sometimes I wish I had never spent a moment apart, but I also need you to be happy, love. If you're ever feeling sad or hurt, I want you to feel like you can open up to me. He squeezes me harder and I feel his heart beat fast. Finally, he moves his face away and kisses me in turn. I need to go check the food for a bit. Just stay here and relax, okay? You don't need to worry about anything right now. At 7 p.m. we eat. Takura made a amazing beef and potato stew. Even the smell is intoxicating. It smells so good. Just wait until you taste it, love. Takura grabs my spoon, scooping up a delicate morsel from my bowl. He blows on it gently, then positions the spoon in front of my face. Oh, you. That's a little overbearing, but I lean forward and take the bite. Instantly, I'm overwhelmed by the stew's rich, warming flavor. Delicious. Really, I'm happy. We both start eating. You really have a gift for cooking. Well, I like to cook for you, working hard to create the right flavors. Imagining the look on your face when you get to taste it makes me want to put everything I have into these meals. Well, that sounds like I'm set for life. Takura smiles as he watches me finish my food. Just be sure not to leave any leftovers. If you do, I'll be sad. You're underestimating how much I can eat, you know. By the time I'm done, the bowl is practically spotless. That was amazing, Takura. Thank you so much for making this. Takura smiles at me warmly, his eyes shining with affection. I'm lucky to have a boyfriend who takes good care of me. Anyone who wouldn't be a pretty bad boyfriend if you ask me. What? Anyone who would be a pretty bad boyfriend if you ask me. You're supposed to look after the person you love. Anyone who wouldn't would be a pretty bad boyfriend if you ask me. You're supposed to look after the person you love. I know, but it's almost too good to be true sometimes. Do you not like how I treat you? That's not what I meant. My voice trails off as I notice his crestfallen expression. Sheepy, yes. Do you really love me? Of course I love you. Of course I love you. Why on earth would you think I don't? I'm just worried that this won't last forever. Because of my amnesia? Yes. What if one day you wake up and don't even recognize me? I could never forget you, Takura. You're so important to me. I put my hand on his. Thank you. Takura gets to his feet and starts collecting the plates. I'll clean up. I didn't have time to prepare dessert, but let me see what I can whip up. Or maybe we could go upstairs and share another kind of treat. Woo! ... Don't just stand there staring. Come on, I'll help you clean up. Okay. He heads into the kitchen. I clear the table and get ready to follow him. But suddenly, uh-oh, I stumble and catch myself against the edge of the table. I feel so dizzy my head is spinning right now. What's wrong with me? Am I sick, or I need to wake myself up? Maybe I should go to the bathroom and splash some water on my face. I take the stairs one step at a time, clinging to the banister. As I reach the second floor, my limbs feel so heavy I can barely even move. Come on, just a little effort. I feebly push at the bathroom door. I half collapse against the sink. Once the water starts to flow, I scoop a small, shaky handfuls and splash them against my skin. Somebody poisoned you. When I look up at the mirror, I see the face of a ghost. I look terrible right now. Just where did this even come from? I was fine a few minutes ago. A thick, sour odor cuts through my thoughts. A smell so bad that it's almost sobering. Usually I can't smell it when I'm in the bathroom. Takura says it's got something to do with the plumbing and he'll fix it when he can. I really hope that when he can is sooner rather than later. The smell is making me nauseous. I reach behind me to grab a nearby towel, but I end up knocking it into the bathtub. I sigh and lean forward, placing a hand against the wall. Suddenly, somehow, it shakes beneath my touch. There's a loud thud, like something struck the wall below, and before I can pull away, the plaster buckles inwards. What? I stare open-mouthed at the huge hole that has appeared in our bathroom wall. What did I do? I peer closer. It looks like this hole has been here for a while, and whoever lived here before had rushed to patch it up. Now I'm looking more closely. I can even tell the paint around the hole is a different shade of yellow than the rest of the wall. How did neither of us ever notice that? I need to tell Takura about this right away. How did the wall even get damaged like that? I stop in my tracks, turning to look at the hole. Moments later, I brace my hands against the wall and lean forward to look inside. At first, I don't see anything. A strange, stickling, sweet odor is even stronger than it was outside. This must be where the problem is. I can even hear pipes buzzing metallically. As my eyes adjust to the light, I can just about make out their silhouettes, and then I see what else is in here. A person? Deeper in the darkness, I see the outline of a person, their arms, legs, head, and torso, but none of them are in the right places. I recognize a human figure inanimate. A corpse. Ah! I record, tripping over my own feet. My vision goes black, and the last thing I hear are footsteps. I wake up with a jolt. A nightmare? I rub my eyes. Sitting in our bed, my cold, clammy body covered with sweat. What time is it? Where is Takura? With some difficulty, I drag myself out of bed. Right now, the only thing I care about is finding Takura. I take a deep breath and step out into the hallway. Ah! I almost crashed right into Takura. Takura! Takura takes my shoulders, gently pushing me back into the bedroom. You're already feeling better? I think so. What happened to me? Well, after you offered to help clean up, when I came to check on you, you were passed out on the sofa. Figured you must have been exhausted, so I carried you up here. But I will admit you look a lot better now. I'm glad. Takura, I had a terrible nightmare. I was in the bathroom and that awful smell had came back. The wall melted and there was this body, all cut up. Sheepy, there's nothing wrong with the bathroom. You're just exhausted from work is all. But tears began to flow on my cheeks. Takura, what's wrong with me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. Takura pulls me into a hug, crushing me against his chest. I'm crazy, aren't I? No, you're not crazy, love. Just try to calm down, please. Everything will be alright, I promise. His words ring hollow in my ears. Listen, you need more sleep. If you lie down and wait for me, I'll be right back to hold you once I've done the dishes. I raised my eyes, surprised. You're worried about the dishes right now? Messy house causes messy thoughts. I need to make sure you don't have anything that could distract or upset you. Nothing he says makes sense. Please don't leave me alone, Takura. Don't make a scene. He's being unusually strict about this. I pull away and a heavy silence settles between us. Don't be so down, love. I even brought you something to help you relax. I don't want it. He looks at me surprised. Take your medicine, sweetie. You know you need it. I said no. Damn it, sheepy. Why are you shouting at me like that? Takura doesn't respond. Fine, if you don't want to listen to me, go ahead. He leaves the room. I'm still shocked by his behavior. He's never been this aggressive with me before, has he? I hear a soft click. I scramble towards the door to try to open it. What? It's locked. Takura! No answer. There's no way he'd do that. Yeah. I bang my fist against the door, but he still doesn't answer. Why is he acting like this all of a sudden? Did I do something wrong? I need to get out of here and talk to him. I go to the desk and start opening the drawers. Even with my amnesia, there are certain things that are so deeply ingrained in me, it's like muscle memory. Riding a bike, tying my shoelaces, picking a lock. Even though I couldn't remember when or how I'd learned those things, I could still do them instinctively. Now what can I use as the lockpick? Pen, a hairpin, a hairpin. That's exactly what I needed. I unbend the hairpin and slip it in the lock. After a while, I hear the tumblers click. It worked. I quietly open the door and go out into the hallway. I'm not sure what I'll say to Takura, but I know we need to talk. There's a strange rhythmic sound coming from downstairs. That's right, he said he was doing the dishes. I glance towards the bathroom door. There's no way I'm going back in there. I make my way downstairs. The sooner I can ask Takura what's going on, the better. I pause at the bottom step for a moment. I can hear the sound more clearly now, although it doesn't sound like someone washing dishes. What on earth is he doing? I know he mentioned something about dessert, but it almost sounds like he's chopping up vegetables. This doesn't make any sense. I start to head towards the kitchen, but my body freezes mid-step. Takura was so angry earlier. Should I really be bothering him? What am I thinking? He locked me up in our bedroom. No matter how he's feeling, he needs to apologize. My sudden indignation propels me forwards. I pull open the door as hard as I can. Takura, you better have a good... My voice dies in my throat. Oh, this is bad. His clothes are drenched with blood, and he's holding a kitchen knife. Takura darts towards me. Sheepy, I told you to stay upstairs. You need to get out of here now. But it's already too late. I can see what's laying on the cutting board. An arm. I shove Takura away from me, choking down bile in my throat. Entire kitchen awash in thick metallic stench of blood. The room my boyfriend cleaned so diligently is stained with human wreckage. My God. Several large, oddly bulging garbage bags are strewn across the hardwood floor. The hell is this? What did you do? Please don't freak out. I can explain everything. Just give me a chance. Before you lost your memories, you had a stalker. He was a disgusting human being, but you were too nice to really stand up to him. So I decided to step in and take care of things. His fingers tightened around the knife's handle as he spat those last few words. But now it's okay. I fixed it for you. No, it's not okay. It's not. Not at all. I can't believe what I'm hearing. I feel like I've woken up inside some awful horror movie. But it's really happening. My sweet, loving boyfriend is standing right there, smiling that same boyish smile, even while there's blood drying on his cheek. You murdered someone? I had to. He was... What are you, psychotic? Exactly. My whole body is shaking. I feel hot and cold and numb all over. I can't even move. Takura's eyes darken. Don't call me that, it's hurtful. I did what I did for your sake, you know that. I stagger backwards, still shaking. Adrenaline surges through my veins, and before I know it, I'm sprinting towards the front door. All I can think of is getting away. I hear footsteps thundering behind me, and I dive into the nearest doorway to avoid being tackled. I regret it instantly. The living room has one exit, and it's the one I just came in through. I dash to the other side of the coffee table, hoping I can use it to keep some distance between Takura and I. Sheepy, come here. No, stop. Don't take another step towards me, you hear? He doesn't even react. With his height, it barely takes 2 strides for him to reach me. I duck away and charge back into the hallway. I dash towards the door, my legs moving as fast as they can. But a large hand clamps down on my arm. So where do you think you're going, huh? The look on his face is terrifying. He yanks me towards him, but I manage to wriggle out of his grasp and dart up the staircase. Where will I go? In the bedroom? There's at least probably a window. The bedroom seems like the safest place to hide. Shoot, where should I hide? Under the bed, I guess? I dive under the bed. I can hear Takura's footsteps in the hallway outside. He stops by the bedroom door and enters. Heart pounding, I cover my mouth as best I can. Peering under the bedsheet, I can see Takura's feet standing just a few feet away. Seems like he's trying to decide where he should look first. Seconds later, he strides towards the bed and crouches. No! Oh, there you are. I try to scream, but his hand covers my mouth. His strong arms scoop me up like a small child. With his insane strength, it doesn't take long for Takura to drag me downstairs, kicking and screaming. He holds me down, binding my arms and legs with a thin length of rope. I try to call for help, to ask him why he's doing all this, but he just wads up a few tissues and shoves them deep into my mouth. As I lie on the floor, I watch the man I once called my boyfriend putting various objects into a crumpled cardboard box. Personal effects of the victim, I guess. Takura stops and looks at me. Sorry if I roughed you up a little bit back there. I needed to make sure you couldn't wander off. I think once we have a nice long heart-to-heart, you'll feel much better about this whole misunderstanding. He returns to his No, I won't. He returns to his task, closing up the box once he's finished. He walks back over to me, starting to hyperventilate with fear. You must be furious at me now. I can see it in your eyes, you know. If we could only go back to this morning. Everything was perfect then, don't you think? We were both so happy. He was right, but how could that sweet, kind man be the same person I'm looking at right now? This filthy piece of human trash just had to go and ruin everything. Just who is that man, the one whose blood is soaking up into our carpet? What happened to me before today, and why couldn't I remember it? Even as a corpse, he's ruining our lives. I guess I just have to keep going until there's nothing left of him. I'm sorry you had to see this, love. It must be so upsetting for someone as kind and beautiful as you. But don't worry, I'll make sure it never happens again. After all, you're my soulmate, Sheepy, the person who means more to me than anything. Love, there isn't a single thing in this world that I wouldn't do to make you happy. How about not killing people? How about that? He moves closer, brushing the hair out of my face. With gentle, painstaking care, he pulls a ball of tissue out of my mouth. I love you so much. He leans in to kiss me. I don't know you. What? He takes a step back. You're not my boyfriend. You're some kind of sick kidnapper. What are you saying? You're looking at me like... Oh, God. Like you're sober, sweetie. Don't tell me your morning medicine's wearing off this fast. If I up the dosage much more, well... Whoa. Takura's face is unrecognizable. His soft, gentle smile has been replaced with a deranged smirk. Yeah, I can see that. You're twisted, you asshole. Oh, you can call me many nasty little things that you like, dear. After all, that's how you used to talk to me, right? Yeah, that's true. Even as muddy as my thoughts are right now, I can still pick out small fragments of memories that are rising to the surface. In my mind, I see a man whose strong, comforting arms are wrapped around me, but it's not Takura. More memories begin to emerge. The first time we met, a small cafe on a cold afternoon. The last time we went to the beach together, laughing as we chased each other across the sand. Slowly his face is coming into focus, and I remember what he looked like. Specifically, I remember what he looked like when I found his body in that hole. A rotting, sucking face covered with thick, jagged gashes, maggots wriggling into every rotting wound. Oh, God. Seiji. Seiji? Seiji. Yeah, I'm just gonna call him Seiji. When I come back to my senses, my cheeks are soaked with hot, salty tears. Takura is still watching me. How could you, you bastard? You took him from me. You ruined my life. Oh, don't be so silly. He was the one who was making you miserable. I saw it. Besides, once he was gone, you were happier with me. I know you're not thinking straight right now, but deep down you know that I helped you. You killed my boyfriend. Don't call him that. He didn't deserve you. Don't don't you remember, love? A boyfriend who doesn't treat you right isn't really a boyfriend at all. He's just a worthless creep. You killed Senji, and then you tricked me into thinking I had amnesia. Well, it wasn't entirely a trick. I had to do something to make sure you wouldn't get hung up on those unfortunate details. So I bought some medicine, very expensive medicine, but it was worth it. Watching you wolf down my cooking, thinking about all those wonderful little chemicals surging through your veins. Even now it makes me shiver to think about it. Hell, you were so doped up you even thought those random blackouts were just the time you spent at work, as if I'd even let you waste your time with something like that. I can see you're still upset, but don't worry, we can go back to the way things were. You just need to accept it. Go fuck yourself, you asshole. I told you not to talk to me like that. I'm starting to think you might need a little more sleep, love. Don't worry, I'll hold you while we're in bed. I grit my teeth, my whole body shaking with rage. You're gonna regret this, you crazy... Shh. The only thing that's crazy here now is how much I love you, sweetie. I'm never letting you go. You know why? Because you love me just as much. You even said so at dinner. What? Of course I love you. Why on earth would you think I don't? But the man I'd said I love you to isn't the sadistic monster standing in front of me. I could never love someone like you. You liar. You think you can play with my feelings like that? This is gonna stop right now. If you're not gonna listen, I'll make you love me. I'll make you stay with me for the rest of your life. That's it. I know how to fix this, to fix you. No more drugs, no more rope, no more getting your memories back. We wouldn't have to worry anymore about any of this. Grabs the kitchen knife from the table. Oh, man. I am screwed. Why did I see it sooner? It's so obvious. And so perfect, just like us. Think about it. When we make love, our bodies are connected, right? But eventually we have to break apart. But that's just sex, isn't it? There are ways that our bodies and our souls could be intertwined forever. Oh, this dude's making me nauseous. What are you saying? I'm saying I need you inside me, really inside me, right here. Is he gonna eat me? If I eat you, your flesh would unite with mine, every cell in your body being absorbed into me. We'd finally be one with each other. Oh, God. Help! Help! Even just thinking about it, I never felt so happy. No, don't do that. It's absolutely perfect, and you'll feel so good being a part of me. You'll have all the love you ever need. No, stop. Get away from me, please. I'm begging you, Takora. Don't. I'm so glad I left room for dessert, aren't you, love? Bad ending. Cannibal Love. I got the bad ending. But I am out of time. I do not have time to record another ending. Unfortunately. I wonder what I could have done differently. I could have hid somewhere different. I could have also not said I love you. I don't think this has a fast forward option like the other ones do. So, we're gonna leave it at that. As much as I hate, you know. Alright, load? Can I load? No, there's no. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm sorry I got the bad ending, but I am out of time, so. I like that, though. That was really, really, really disturbing. Like, whoa, disturbing. So, if you liked it, leave a thumbs up down below. It lets me know which series I should keep and which series I should potentially can. If you have any horror game suggestions for me, leave it in the comments down below and I will get to them. But without further ado, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. You stay tuned and stay crafty. Until next time, bye!